Okay, so imagine being 15 years old, packing your bags, leaving everything you know, your friends, your family, your home, and moving to an entirely different country alone, just because you believe so deeply in a dream that most people around you thought was impossible. That is literally the real-life story of Yerin Ha. And now she's the lead of one of the most watched shows on the entire planet. So if you don't know her full story yet, you seriously need to, because this one is different. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to The Central, your #1 spot for all things celebrity and pop culture. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now, because we cover everything you need to know about your favorite stars. Today we are talking about Yerin Ha, the woman who came out of absolutely nowhere and completely stole the hearts of millions as Sophie Baek in Bridgerton Season 4. We're going from her childhood in Sydney all the way to standing on the global stage as Bridgerton's biggest breakout star of 2026. Let's get into it. So, Yerin Ha was born on the 16th of January 1998 in Sydney, Australia. And right from the start, she was surrounded by performance. Her grandparents on her mother's side were both actors in Korea. Her grandmother Son Suk is actually a well-known Korean actress and politician. And her grandfather Kim Song-ok also had an acting career. So this wasn't some random passion that came out of nowhere. It was literally in her blood. But here's where it gets interesting. Growing up in Australia as a Korean-Australian girl who wanted to be an actress, Yerin quickly realized that the industry around her wasn't exactly built for someone who looked like her. There were very few Asian actors on Australian television, and she could see that the opportunities just weren't there. So instead of waiting around and hoping things would change, she made one of the boldest decisions a 15-year-old could possibly make. At the age of 15, on her parents' recommendation, Yerin auditioned for K-won High School of Arts in Seoul, South Korea. So she packed up, left Sydney, and moved to Korea completely alone at 15 years old to train at one of the most rigorous performing arts schools in the country. And she spent 3 years there. 3 years away from home as a teenager, fully committed to becoming the actress she knew she could be. Most people at 15 are worrying about what to wear to school. Yerin Ha was in Seoul training professionally. And then something shifted during her senior year. She started to reconsider whether she actually needed to stay in Korea to find work, because when she looked at Hollywood, it didn't feel like Asian actors were being limited to stereotypical roles anymore. The industry was changing, and she wanted to be part of that change. So Yerin made another bold move. She went back to Sydney and enrolled at the National Institute of Dramatic Art, known as NIDA, which is one of the most prestigious drama schools in the world. We're talking the same institution that produced Cate Blanchett, Baz Luhrmann, and Sarah Snook. So she wasn't just training, she was training at the very highest level. Her professional career actually started on stage, playing Maurice in the Sydney Theatre Company's 2019 production of Lord of the Flies, before she made her television debut in the American-French series Reef Break. And from there she just kept building, kept grinding, kept saying yes to every opportunity that came her way. Now here's the part that a lot of people don't know about Yerin Ha. She was already working on major projects well before Bridgerton. In 2022, she joined the core ensemble cast of the Halo TV series, the massive video game adaptation on Paramount+, playing a character named Quan. And look, the show had a complicated reception overall. It was battling massive fan expectations from day one, and ultimately didn't survive long term. But Yerin was in it. She showed up, she did the work, and she moved on, because that's what she does. She also appeared in the horror film Sissy in 2022, which was her first major cinema credit, then led the 2023 miniseries Bad Behaviour, and appeared in Dune Prophecy in 2024, and The Survivors on Netflix in 2025. So, by the time Bridgerton came calling, she already had years of serious professional experience behind her. She wasn't a newcomer, she was ready. So let's talk about the moment everything changed. In August 2024, Yerin Ha was cast as Sophie Baek, the love interest of Benedict Bridgerton in the 4th series of Bridgerton. And here's a detail I love. To honor Yerin's South Korean heritage, showrunner Jess Brownell actually changed the character's last name from Beckett, as it appears in the original novel, to Baek. That's not a small thing. That's the show saying, we see you. We respect where you come from, and we're building this character around you as a whole person. And Jess Brownell has spoken openly about why Yerin was the only choice for this role. She described Yerin as reminiscent of a modern-day Lucille Ball, with a natural humor and physicality, and said that even though Yerin is in her 20s, you believe she's lived a lot of life, because her internal world feels so rich. That is a casting director saying, this woman is something special. And the world has now confirmed it. And here's a moment that honestly made me smile when I found out about it. After landing the role and becoming Bridgerton's first Korean lead and second Asian lead after Simone Ashley, Yerin actually considered reaching out to Simone on Instagram, but talked herself out of it because she thought Simone wouldn't know who she was. And then Simone messaged her first, saying she was there for her if she needed anything. That is such a beautiful moment of one woman lifting another. Simone knew exactly what it felt like to step into that spotlight as an Asian lead in one of the biggest shows in the world. And she made sure Yerin didn't have to navigate it alone. And the fact that Yerin was humble enough to doubt whether Simone would even respond, even after landing one of the biggest roles in television, tells you everything about who she is as a person. There's also something Yerin said in interviews that I think deserves a real moment, because it's so honest and so important. She spoke about how with an Asian background, there is constant pressure around appearance and body image, and that playing Sophie actually prompted her to think about what being truly comfortable in your own skin looks like. She talked about growing up, noticing things about herself that she felt insecure about, and how the shift had to come from within, accepting what she has been given in this lifetime, and choosing to embrace it rather than fight it. And the fact that millions of young Asian women and girls are now watching Yerin Ha as the lead of Bridgerton, seeing themselves represented in that way for the first time, that's genuinely powerful, and it goes way beyond entertainment. And just to show you how fast everything has moved for her, in March 2025, Yerin made her fashion show debut at Chanel's Fall-Winter 2025 presentation during Paris Fashion Week, calling it a pinch me moment on Instagram. She went from a teenager in Seoul training at a performing arts school to sitting front row at Chanel in Paris within a few years. The trajectory of this woman's career is honestly something else. And now here we are. Yerin Ha is a global name. She's the star of one of Netflix's biggest shows. She's representing Korean-Australian women on one of the largest stages in the world, and she is just getting started. The girl who left home at 15 with nothing but a dream and a plane ticket is now the woman the entire internet cannot stop talking about. And honestly, she earned every single second of it. If you're not already following everything she does, now is the time. Drop a comment below. Did you know Yerin Ha's story before watching Bridgerton Season 4? Because I feel like most people have no idea just how far she's come to get here. Make sure you're subscribed, because we have so much more Bridgerton and Luke content coming very soon. I'll see you in the next one.